Hey guys, what's going on? Here it is. I got in my hand Insta360 Flow. Just came out. This is Insta360 first gimbal to the market, by the way. Very interesting that they did this. I've been using their camera. Obviously, you see over here, Insta360 One X. This is the X3 over here. I've been using their product for a while now. Their software is definitely why you will want to get their product. And so the reason why I got this is because I'm pretty excited about their tracking system on the phone itself. And so I can't wait to test this out. But today what we're going to do is we're just going to unbox this. Let's take a look at what's inside. This is my first time seeing it, by the way. I saw a bunch of content creator out there doing their little tests and stuff like that already. But what I want to do is I want to get some time with this first before I actually do a quote-unquote review on it. Actually, I may not even do a review on it. You guys can watch all those other content creators doing it, so I don't think it's worthwhile. But what I am probably going to do after I play around with this is I'm going to test it against the OM6. Yeah, maybe I'll test it against that and see how good the tracking is versus that one. But anyway, that'll be in the next video. Let's go ahead and unbox this, take a look at it. Pretty excited about this one. It's a magnet that you open, of course. Wow, look at this. This is a beauty. They do know how to do presentation on this. It's kind of like a see-through kind of deal. That's amazing. Man. And look, literally instruction booklet all the way through the packaging right here. All right, their presentation, definitely they know how to do it. Gotta give it to Insta360 for this one. I haven't seen a worthwhile competition to DJI Gimbal until now. Yeah, that looks beautiful. What else is in the box here? Let's take a look. Little thing right here. I'm sure that's the clamp. Instruction booklet, food, that clamp. It looks just like the DJI clamp, by the way. They even took the magnet design from it and everything. Obviously, you know, if you have looked at gimbal or if you've used gimbal, you know that's the whole magnet thing. That's perfection on DJI right there. USB-C charging unit, it's great. Take a look at this here. Looks like it's a bag, but it's not. Okay, yeah, it is a bag. And a rubberized grip. Interesting that they included that. I mean, I know, you know, holding the gimbal for a long time with this kind of grip would help. So really nice that they added this, by the way. That tells you that they care about the user experience right there. Okay, so let's take a minute and just appreciate this see-through design here. You know, I've seen a lot of gimbals. I have never seen anything like this before. Look at this. Inside it even say Insta360 right there. You can see that. And then look, there's a message inside of it. You look really closely. It says think bold right there. Top notch already. And I haven't even turned on the gimbal yet. So instead of flipping it out this way like most gimbal, they, I believe, flip out sideways. And it turns on just like the DJI. And it's kind of balanced already, just like the DJI, guys. I don't know how I feel yet about how long this is, but you know, shooting vertical video, you'll want plenty of room for your phone, right? So I think that's a good choice, but it's a little front heavy already here. Oh, now it just turned off. So just like the DJI, it turns on so that you can you know, put the clamp on there really quickly, and then just after like a minute it turns off. Now, unlike the DJI, which I saw on some other video, is there are these little thing right here. Look at that. They definitely know how to design hardware. How many times have you asked yourself, why couldn't I fold the little mini tripod on the DJI Gimbal? Now it's just built in. I don't have to carry another piece of accessory around. That's amazing. If anything, guys, you have to respect them for doing this. I've never seen anything like this. This is amazing right here. And the fact that they can put it into this little bitty arm right here and still have this extension out to where it feels solid on the table. Huge respect for them for doing that. And look, the bottom. Tripod mount. They even included that. Wow. It doesn't fall out. And if you don't want to use it, you can actually just use the tripod mount right here. That just checks all the boxes right there for me. It's amazing. Okay, now I think I'm done with Google Gagaing over how awesome this gimbal is. Let's put it on the phone and let's see. So, all right, so let's talk about this, okay? Definitely upgraded in terms of they've studied what DJI has on the clamp itself and have kind of tweaked a little bit. So let me just touch on that real quick, which, by the way, I won't go into too much detail because I want to save that for my review with the OM6 versus this one, okay? So here you go. If you look at this right here, you see that they have this notch right here, right? Well, this notch right here goes with that. If you don't have it right on there, it's still kind of work, you know? Yeah, it's still kind of work. You see that? I mean, I don't have it right on there and it's still kind of work. And so I think they've learned that from DJI, where DJI doesn't really turn on at all if you don't attach it, align it correctly with the attachments. And I feel like that's definitely an upgrade. But obviously, if you align it, it would work a lot better, right? So yeah, so the design on this is definitely different than the DJI on that one. And at the same time, you see how big this groove is? This is just little minor details that if you use the OM6, you'll know what I'm talking about. The OM6 only has a slight small notch to it versus this one right here has a bigger notch, which, by the way, if you look at it, the groove is smoothened out so that it can fit on there easier, you know? I don't know. To me, that's significant. That's think about user experience, and that's very important to me. By the way, guys, this is iPhone 14 Pro Max with a case on there. All right. So if you're wondering, hey, will it fit my phone? Even if you have a large Samsung S23 Plus Ultra or whatever it is, it should fit on here because this thing is pretty heavy. Just like other gimbal, you double tap and it'll straighten things out. Interestingly though, once you go like that, it flips the entire phone around. You see that? All right, so here it is. This is not ultra wide lens. Let's flip over to ultra wide. So there are that right there. So that means that I can't have it in just any position. This is actually pretty close to the camera, so I'm not that surprised that it shows part of the gimbal in here. So let's go ahead and push this thing up. But I wonder how it affects the balancing of the gimbal there. So there you go. I've pushed it up. Now the ultra wide doesn't show anymore. Let's see if I were to do some gimbal movements. Oh, look, you can see right here, that's showing. Okay, so that is, that's definitely a problem there. That means that I would have to move my phone up even more, guys. All right. So there you go. Now my phone is moved up even more. Let's see if it shows up. Kind of. Look at the corners when I'm moving like really fast. Watch, okay? So yeah, right here, you can see it right now. You can definitely see it in the gimbal right there with the ultra wide lens. So let's see horizontal mode. Let's see if that's showing. So it is showing a little bit of the gimbal. If you move really fast, you can definitely see on the bottom right corner right there that this is showing. Okay guys, so the next thing that we are going to do is we're gonna do a little tracking test with the Insta360 Flow. So I'm gonna see if I can shoot something around here, obstruct the object, obstruct the tracking to see if it picks it up. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna try that. Let's have some fun with this. Let's go. All right, so verdict on the tracking. The tracking is actually pretty good. Now, a little tip here, and this is what I've just learned just by playing with it for the 30 minutes here. With the tracking, if you're gonna track something and there's gonna be let's say a pole, when you run across a pole or anything that obstruct the tracking, the object, just keep your camera on the object as you're moving through the obstruction. And what that does is that this thing is smart enough to actually remember it and will grab that object back. If you go through the obstruction but then you came out of, let's say, a wall, shooting something else and the object is not there anymore, then yeah, it's not gonna pick it back up even if you flip the camera back. Does that make sense? I don't know if that makes sense or not, but that's what I noticed. Just make sure that you keep the camera facing that object even if there's something obstructed in front of it. Okay, so lastly, let's talk about that issue that we had early on where the arm was actually in the wide angle shot, I really didn't have that much of an issue as I was using this because I was going so slow when I'm shooting. So that's something I actually didn't really think about, is that as you're shooting, you have to realize that you're not going to be jerking it like the way I'm doing it while I was sitting here. The final word is that it's not going to be that big of an issue like I thought it was originally when I was sitting here. Yeah. Real world test, guys. That's what we all need here. And so there you go, guys. That's my hands-on experience right there. I hope you guys find that useful. I will see you in the next one. Have a good one. Bye-bye.